It certainly is, Matt, and I can't believe after all the build-up and all the hype, we're finally here this afternoon to see a competition, the first of its kind for Women's Rugby League.
Who are the favourites in this game, Joe?
Look, the media would suggest that the Roosters are the favourites for this competition, but I really don't think you can underestimate the Warriors. Both sides have a lot of international experience out there today, so I'm actually tipping the Warriors as a bit of an upset for this afternoon, Stello.
Might be an omen of things to come. Big day of rugby league here on the wide world of sports, of course, with two finals to follow on from this game. There's Maddie Stutton, the New South Wales Women's Origin captain. And what a wonderful opportunity for these ladies to wear the famous Roosters colours in a premiership match. And Isabel Kelly, Peter, one of the absolute stars of rugby league.
Yes, was outstanding in that Origin game at North Sydney Oval during the season. And she'll be looking to get plenty of football. And we should point out a couple of differences in the women's game. 30 minutes each way, the halves, at the 40-30 kick, and 10 interchanges are to be used. So a couple of little variations there. And if you haven't watched the women's game for a while, the one thing you will notice is the ball handling, the improvement, especially the movement, and the physicality is still very much there.
Here's the captain for the Warriors, Laura Martiu, who has been a Kiwi fern for a staggering 18 years. 37 years of age, played in 5 World Cups. It's an amazing record that she possesses. Serena Fiso-Clark there in 14 as well, another one of the absolute standout players for New Zealand Women's Rugby League. They've got the test spine, haven't they too, Joe, with Nichols at fullback, Martiu, Hale and Crystal Rota at dummy half.
They sure do, Matt. So I'm really looking forward to that because I think they've been playing together for so long. They'll have some combinations there that come naturally. But if you look at the Roosters side, particularly their halves, it should be a fantastic competition.
This is the first of a round-robin competition. 4 teams are involved. The Dragons and the Broncos play tomorrow. And the 2 most successful sides will battle it out on grand final day. But this is game number 1. Although we have a restart.
Zahara Tamara ushers in a new era of the game here. The women's NRL Premiership is underway here at ANZ Stadium. The Warriors through Smalley with the first run back to the 30-metre line. And you'll see here some thunderous defence in the early stages. Simona Taufa, one of the tacklers there for the Roosters. Here goes Vailea within 5 of the halfway line. And now Aneta Nuasala, who brings some good family pedigree into this game. Her brother, Frank Paul Nuasala, well known in NRL ranks. Here's Hale with nowhere to go.
Yeah, she got let down there. There was no outside support. She looked to pass. Last tackle now.
Sent away through Rota. Now Laura Martiu with a kick down for Talina Simon. She takes the mark, but here's an indication of this power in the Warriors team with some surging defence. She's pushed back by 10 metres there. Talina Simon playing it now for Isabel Kelly, who scored 2 tries for the Blues, including the match winner in the Origin game against Queensland.
Here we are, Marcus square, hold. Go, 3.
Here's Zahara Tamara, gets an offload away, but there's a mistake here for the Roosters.
Uncharacteristic mistake by Zahara. I'm interested to see how she goes at lock today because previously she's been playing in the halves from club level right through to representative. So she'll be a weapon if she can get in space today, but it's not a great start for her at the moment.
And she was shaping to pass, and then the extra defender came in and the ball came out. Fairly greasy conditions out there, so ball handling will be crucial as Hale takes the pass and finds the centre 3/4 in Woodman, 22 out centre field.
O'Mealy and Stow was the tacklers. There he is, Nuasala with a rumbling charge within 15 of the line now. Sent away from Rota. It's Leatua within 5 metres of the Roosters line. Can they score the first try in the Women's Premiership? A slice of history in the offing maybe. Woodman's got it. Got it back now to Hale. She's looking for a passage through, but can't find one. Good quick play the ball though. Rota short side. Excellent defence there for the Roosters. A couple short now. The Warriors on the last. Hale sends it away. Martiu with a kick towards the post. It's gone through the post actually, and then the bounce takes it over the dead ball line. Good defence there for the Roosters under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, not a great kick there from Martiu. Just seemed to hook the ball. She was looking to kick it across her outside backs, but put that dead 20-metre restart, an extra tackle as well. So the pressure released.
Here we are.
Samaima Taufa, widely regarded as the best forward in Women's Rugby League, playing at the number 8 for the Roosters. And Eliana Walton, who's been a veteran at representative level as well. They've got a really good front row, haven't they, with those two ladies combining. The dummy half is Kylie Hilder at 42 years of age. Incredible story. Was to be picked in the New South Wales Origin team, but was prevented from playing because of a knee injury. As Studden puts the Roosters kick downfield. Oh, she's kicked it out on the full.
That'll be disappointing for Maddie. She's got a really strong kicking game, and we saw that in the Origin. At least it's a mistake with they've got enough time in field position to hopefully make up for it.
There wasn't a lot in it, still shaking the head. There'll be some nerves out there, these opening exchanges. As the Warriors now decent field position, that's first tackle, almost on the halfway line.
Go, one.
Here's Hale commanding the ball, the number 7. Angelina Leatua playing it. Here goes Crystal Rota. And a pass now to Smalley. Good tackle by Walton there along with Hilda. They're approaching the 20-metre line. It's a sloppy ball. It's kicked ahead. That's play on.
Okay, let's go for 0 here.
And that's good work there by Veta Welsh. The Roosters fullback was awake to that. She's put down 19 out from her own line. Bo Veta Welsh from the Cabramatta Club. Oh, Isabel Kelly gets rattled.
Hold square. Coming on one.
In fact, it was Brown, my apologies. Here's Isabel Kelly. They play on the same side of the ground. I'm sure Karina Brown wishes it was Isabel Kelly. That was a massive tackle.
Yeah, she ran into a front row sandwich there. It was Nuasala and Smalley combining and nailed her.
Here we are. Hold.
One thing I've got to say about Karina, she's a very experienced rep player, and over in the World Cup in 2013, she copped a couple of those and gets up and gets on with it pretty quickly, so she shouldn't be too rattled. It probably looks worse than it was.
Yes, and here's Nichols now.
Yeah, I like that play. That was an early kick from Maddie Studden. That was just the third tackle. The chase wasn't as good as it should have been. But I like the fact kicking early, trying to get on the front foot, getting down the right end of the field as we see that big contact. So the outside back shouldn't be coming in there. That's just a warning, a message. Get back out where you belong.
Yeah, Hilda Mariu, one of the sisters playing it there. They're certainly making an impact through the middle here, the Warriors. Comes away to Nung Orr. Ball spews out the back, and it's picked up by Vaianu, 15 metres inside Roosters territory. Mariu sends a spiralling ball away. What a lovely pass that was, and the kick now for Hale, which is an excellent one. Finds the gap between winger and fullback. Veta Welsh will retrieve the ball and stopped in the centre of ANZ. So Karina Brown now. You mentioned how tough she is, Joe. She broke a jaw 8 weeks ago, and she's got herself ready to go for this historic first game.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think she, not even a broken jaw, as you said, Matt, could hold her back. And I really thought she'd be out for at least the first couple of games. Got a message her this morning, and she could not wait to get out there today.
Yep, got an error here.
And it's Zahara Tamara once again. Alana Ferguson's with the sideline as well this afternoon. G'day, Alana.
Hello, it's really good to be down here. A great atmosphere in terms of everyone supporting the women, but the conditions down here are pretty good for footy. Sterlo touched on it before. The field is slightly greasy, but I think the rain's holding off for now, and there's only a slight breeze, which is favouring the Warriors, but I don't think it'll have too much of an impact on this game.
Got away with one there, the Warriors. There was a hand in there, and they've got 3 to the blind side. Unusual setup. They go that way.
Here's Serena Fiso-Clark. Such a brilliant attacking footballer. She's put down 9 metres out. Nichols is the dummy half. Pass away to the back rower here. Playing it within 5 of the line. Rota with room to move. Then to Fiso Clark. Here's a try coming.
I'm okay with the grounding. Yeah, I'm happy with grounding. Check touch line.
Hilda Martiu is the player who looks to have got it down. We are going to go to the bunker.
Can you just confirm?
Yeah, really
the
clever
touch line,
work.
please?
Rota going down the short side. And not much room to work in. Isabella Kelly does her best, but from that angle, Fiso has scored, and it looks like the right leg, the knee hits the ground inside the line. So we'll get
Warriors stay in the field of play and ground the ball. We have a decision.
Different view. In fact, it's Martiu. And that's Hilda. So first points, Joe.
Yeah, look,
Nice movement.
Rhoda is a very experienced hooker, if not one of the best in the world. You can see that speed. She can make decisions under pressure, and that's a try to one of 3 Peters sisters that are actually playing in this competition still.
And of course, that opportunity came after an error from Tamara down that end of the field. There was a rake, but Rota attracted the outside defender, so she created a 2-on-1. She got Simon to come in field. And that just gave enough space down the outside there for the try scorer to sneak over in the corner.
Well, there's an historic moment. The first try in the women's premiership. Hilda Martiu. Been a Kiwi Fern for the last 5 years. And one of many representative stars in this Warriors team. And already, Joe, you can see a bit of the quality about this Warriors lineup. With so many internationals, they've got that established combination.
Absolutely, and I think too, they've been almost like the underdogs. No one's really said much about them, and they've probably gone very quietly about their business, getting ready, and they've turned up and made the most of every opportunity they've had so far in the 10 minutes they've been playing.
Well, the go forward's been really good in the opening 10 minutes. They've set a good platform, 2 errors from the Roosters down in their own end. And the Warriors have been good enough to capitalise. Tough conversion coming up. Oh, hit it well.
And Nichols has got it on track. Oh, just away. It's the Warriors 4-0.
Make sure we stay on.
We have to get these triple M guys to move at some stage.
Stay on.
The Warriors with the first try in this women's competition. Hilda Martiu has got the opener. And we're approaching 10 minutes as Smalley plays it here on the 30. Vilea playing it back now. Here's RP Nichols with a nice floating pass away. And Woodman coming back in field. She's a class player, the fullback, RP Nichols. The reigning New Zealand Women's Player of the Year, jointly held with the captain, Laura Martiu. Rota at dummy half. And now for Annette Nuasala. What about this for a power set? They've got another set of 6 coming as well, the Warriors. The Roosters, they cannot handle their size and power at the moment. On the 20-metre line from Hale, Nuasala wants another crack at them and gets within 10 of the line. Right in the middle of ANZ Stadium. Here's Nung Orr. Hilda fell off the tackle, but the Roosters have got it within a couple of the line. Taufa was the defender. Away from Martiu. Short pass now. They'll be hard to hold here.
Okay, shot there. No more and square. Hold.
Vilea is pulled up. 3 tackles down. Oh, Nung Orr did well to cling on to that floating pass. Another touch. Oh dear, this is relentless. How many tackles will they need here, the Warriors? Hale's got it. The Roosters' defence is being stretched big time here. Smalley for the line. Walton's got her in a brilliant tackle and forced a mistake. Well done.
That's a great tackle. Sustained pressure, a couple of restarts there, and you just thought the size would get them through here, but the defence from the Roosters here by the number 10, outstanding work to spin her around away from the try line and force the error. Big play, that one.
Roosters speed here.
Alana, down to you.
The Warriors, they're certainly winning the middle battle of the field. They've got a lot of momentum, and then once they get down the end of the field, they're sending a lot of their attack towards their right edge. It looks like they're targeting Maddie Studden in defence at the moment, so keep an eye on that right edge attack from the Warriors.
Jillaroo Alana Ferguson with some comments for us today. Good to have Alana and Joe with all of their knowledge of the women's game with us now. Kelly, good run. Out to the 30 and wins a penalty for a team as well. Oh, did they need that?
Yeah, Laura Murray just staying in the tackle too long there. She did well. Kelly would have been away if the number 6 hadn't have covered back from the inside, and then just went on a little bit too long in the tackle. And once you straddle the player as well to slow down to play the ball, you'll always be penalised. Studden, not a lot of room to work in, picks up 5 or 10 metres. They haven't had the ball for a while, the Roosters.
Hold right. Hold. Go.
Here's Tamsin Gray up to the halfway. Now, I mentioned 42-year-old Kylie Hilda there at dummy half for the Roosters, who gave the pass to Studden. There's some great individual stories in this competition. None better than the 15 for the Warriors, Lorena Papali'i, who is the mother of Isaiah Papali'i, who'll play for the Warriors against the Panthers a bit later on. We'll get back to that soon, as Veta Welsh has it here, and the Roosters only 20 out with their first genuine attacking chance of the match. Well, Walton stopped the try at one end and took a great catch there off a difficult ball. Hilda for O'Mealy, for Taufo. Oh, look at that. Nuasala with a rattling tackle. Sent away from Hilda for Studden. Here's Tamara! Oh, my goodness me! Nuasala with an unbelievable tackle.
Yeah, she's hurt herself in that tackle. Last now for the Roosters. Need a good finish. Studden.
Decides to go through the hands. O'Mealy. Oh, she slipped over. They weren't in contact with her there, so she could give the ball back to Studden, who goes to the other side now. It's been lost by Talina Simon forward. That tackle was earth-shattering.
Yeah, but it was for the tackler as well. Nuasala here.
Oh.
Well, she is still down near the post, receiving attention. So whilst Tamara got nailed, Nuasala has come out worse for wear.
It's hard to see what she did there, but Zahara, I mentioned earlier, has usually been playing in the half, so that's absolutely welcome to the forward pack if ever I've seen it.
This looks like a knee injury. Lower limb, but it seemed to be a tension around the knee. It was reminiscent of some of the hits we saw at Amy Park last night.
No, that wouldn't have been out of place at Amy Park.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. Yes, just on Lorena Papali'i, who I mentioned only a few moments ago. She was hoping to be a part of the training staff for the Warriors for this competition, Joe, but she's been called up to play after 8 years away from rugby league, and amazingly will play at the same club as her son. Isn't that an incredible story?
Well, it's unbelievable, and that's just one of many things that the women's game's bringing to the wider rugby league community. She got into CrossFit and did a number of other things, but that experience, and I think that muscle memory just comes back fairly instinctively for players like that. And I recently saw a story with the son, and he said he still listens to her advice and takes on board what she says about his game, which is great.
Yes, he calls her the master.
He's had a great season too. Lining up for his first first finals experience.
Now, Aneta Nuasala has obviously come from the field, and there'll be some doubts as to whether she'll be back.
Well,
she's walking.
That'll be a big blow, Matt, if she doesn't come back, because I think she's been the best player out there in the opening 15 minutes of this game. A relieving penalty now for the Warriors. They tried to strap the knee, but it didn't work, so they're taking her to the sheds. And she's been really powerful in these opening exchanges.
10 interchanges in the women's game, as you've pointed out, Pete, and that really lends itself to a high-energy, entertaining style of footy. 30-minute halves as well. Now Smalley, gee, they've done some great work, the two starting front rowers. 4 metres short of the halfway. Flat pass there to Leia Tua, and they win a penalty again, the Warriors.
Not a fast one. Yeah.
Inside the 10 there, I really like Georgia Hale.
When you're ready.
Lively start to this game. Ball play there. She put on the chest of a centre three-quarter, trying to put her through the gap. She looks very likely in attack.
Yeah, Georgia's, as I said before, been a halfback for the Ferns for quite a while now. And she takes the ball to the line and she can cut out past either side with a lot of power and unpredictability. So makes it hard to defend. She's not afraid to go into contact either.
Speaking of contact, good tackle that one. Tamsin Gray and Maddie started. Mariu away on that right-hand side. It's Serena Fiso-Clark. She's pushed back and only a couple of metres out from the line now. Rota for Laura Mariu, for Georgia Hale. Shows it inside, skips across, gives it to Woodman, who couldn't handle here. It's still alive, however. And the Roosters' defence, they've done well to win some ground back there. Karina Brown rushing up to make the tackle. Here's the last.
That's deliberately played it. That'll be 6 again. Cleaned up by Woodman.
Oh, gee.
First tackle there.
They've had ample ball down this end of the ground, the Warriors.
Go, one. She's good. Mark is good.
Only the one try so far. Leia Tua.
Go, 2. 10. Yep.
And now Noble Bell in 11, started off the bench. Tanika Noble Bell. A metre out from the line. They're stacked out to the right here, the Warriors. Here's their second try coming. It's Louisa Nung-Orr. They had a multitude of possession and they've converted that into their second try.
What a beautiful line she ran there. And the Roosters will be disappointed. You never want your opposition to score, but under the post is really tough to take. And, you know, that I think has come off the back of them working the middle over for so long in this half.
This is perfect execution here. The outside in run. You saw the Roosters defender come up on the inside of that to open up the hole for Nung-Orr to go through. And it came from the 6 again, and the referee's got it right. It was definitely played at on the last tackle when the kick was put through. See the stagger defence come up. The Roosters defender coming up only had eyes for a support player, and that just made the hole in behind a very welcoming one for the try scorer.
They're certainly winning the possession count at the moment, aren't they? 67% of the ball for the Warriors. And only a couple of tries. In fact, the Roosters' defence have done pretty well up into that point to turn them away on a couple of occasions.
It was a great try saver in the corner, try saver. Kelly and Talinda Simon combined. It looked like that the Warriors would cross as the conversion is a comfortable one. Good lead now, 10-0, coming up to the 20-minute mark.
Stand side, ladies. Stay on. Hold for it.
Well, the Warriors with a good start here in the first NRL women's match. It's great to be bringing it to you here on Channel 9's Wide World of Sports.
Together now. Here we are.
And that stat, very telling. The Warriors have had a lot of football and they've had it in prime territory. She hasn't. Smalley had a great start to the game. She was playing it there, and the try scorer now Nungor running back to be tackled by Walton, just short of the halfway line. Rota has been good from dummy half. Hale, always professional in the half-back role. Leatua, Angelina Leatua playing it there. Hale again. That's good skill. She had to turn and catch that ball behind her, but the play's come unstuck on the outside.
Yeah, Leatua, she might have number 4 on her back, but she started in the back row. And she's had some good carries. She likes the outside in run as well. And that pass just a little bit wayward from Georgia Hale. I gave her a rap moments ago. She's shown 2 poor passes since then, so I do apologise.
6. Okay, arms around now. Arms around, seconds locks, bind in.
Former Jillaroo, Chloe Corbell, looks like she's about to come on.
Wait, stay in, out.
Is this the opening 20 minutes you expected, Joe?
Oh, look, you know, I would have thought the Roosters would have had more ball, to be honest. But in terms of the intensity, it doesn't surprise me at all, particularly with the format of 30-minute halves and the interchange rate. I was expecting the big girls to get up and in the faces of each other in the middle, and that's exactly what's happened so far.
Sahara Tamara had a mixed start to the game. Made a debut for the Jillaroos as a teenager down in Canberra a couple of seasons back. Here's Alana. All right, Alana not with us just at the moment. We'll come back down to her as Samaima Taufa tries to weave a passage towards the line. She's 33 out right in the centre of the field. Hilda away to Studden. This is the last. They're going to try and run it, and it doesn't work for them. Tamsin Gray putting it down.
I thought the idea was good, but maybe the pass needed to go wider instead of picking up a short runner there. They had a little bit of space on the outside.
Looks like she's gone for the offload, I think, there.
Yeah.
Only 2 markers.
We've got Alana back. You with us, Alana?
Just wait there.
I'm with you. Just a quick injury update on Aneta Nuasala, who came off the field before. The doctor just thinks it's soft tissue damage to her knee, so we'll see her back on the field shortly.
All right, what do you think of the start so far, Alana? What you expected?
Hold here.
Look, I'm a little bit with Joe. I thought that the Roosters would have, as we see the Warriors get another piggyback out of their own half, I thought the Roosters would have controlled the game a little bit better. But I certainly think when they involve their outside backs, they're able to make those metres. So the key for them will just be to tire out the Warriors' forward pack that is dominating at the moment.
Yes, well, I guess they're fighting their own battle against fatigue at the moment, given how much defence they've had to endure. Mariu with a lovely skirt there from dummy half. Picks up 10 metres. And now Smalley. Wow, what an engine she's got.
Yeah, I'm tired watching her.
Goodness
I don't know how
me,
she's going.
she's been in everything. Hale met by Taufa. And also O'Mealy in there. On the 30, gee, the Roosters, they've got to turn them away here. They can't concede a game before the break, and Nichols has dropped it.
Yeah, just a little bit of execution has gone astray. Second man play here, bringing in the fullback and just up a little bit too high up in front. You really got to put that one on the chest that they can run onto easily. And again, there was a little bit of space out wide there. Big 7 minutes coming up here for the Roosters. You really get the feeling they need to be the next to score. I'm about to see a double change.
Listen, one of those, Nita Maynard, who will come on and do the dummy half work. A real live wire in the acting half roll. Maybe she's someone that can spark some points for the Roosters as O'Mealy gives it away now and Stowers.
Yeah, I'm with Alana, Matt. I think they really need to get their outside backs involved as much as possible, the Roosters. I know they haven't had much football and they've got to establish something before they start throwing it around, but they look to be the danger players for them, the outside backs.
That's Corbell playing it. Maynard's the 14. Keep an eye out for her work as Taufa crashes into the defence. Vailea in 12, the tackler. Now Maynard goes to Caldwell. They're offside.
On speed, ladies. Too early. Too early. Shock me. I got the 10.
Some points before the break could be like gold here for the Tricolours.
14. Here we are. Hold.
Here goes Victoria Latu. She said that she grew up in a family full of Roosters fanatics, and she gets to wear the jumper today. As Studden goes to Kelly. Kelly against the two defenders out there, Mariu and Serena Fiso-Clark. Here's Caldwell. Oh, they win a penalty. I don't know if they wanted that penalty, did they, Pete? They look like they were about to roll over the line.
Well, it depends on what they do with this set of 6. The clock is winding down. They don't want to take much time here.
14, over here.
Come on, take the tap whilst the opposition are back on their heels.
Hold. Yep. Okay.
Maynard does that. Gives it away to Latu. They certainly bring a bit of power off the bench, the Roosters, in Latu and Caldwell. Slips a nice ball away. Samaima Taufa.
Hold the line.
A metre out from the line here.
Got numbers this way if they can get their mat. No, they go
Caldwell!
short. Oh, tackle.
Crystal Rota against the bigger opponent. Threw a shoulder into it. Now Studden, that's not a great ball. It's gone behind the halfback. And they've lost some ground.
Lock in. Hold. Penalty, mate. She's on the mark.
We might get a warning soon. It's 3 or 4 penalties in a row in a short period of time.
You're on the mark, 14.
I'd like to see them get the ball out here on the right side. You've got a lot of pace here with Shonny Stowers and Karina Brown. So you can see them itching to get the ball out wide.
Hold. Yeah, you're on the mark, matey. Online. Here we are.
I really didn't see much value in kicking for touch there. All they did was waste another 15, 20 seconds, and we are getting close to half time.
Here goes Tamsin Gray. A little trick play from the restart for Talina Simon. Oh, Smalley with a big shot along with Crystal Rota. The Roosters desperate for a try here as halftime beckons. Half-hour halves here in the women's competition. So we're less than 4 minutes out from the first break.
Go, 2.
Played by Taufa. Maynard with a lovely ball away to Studden, who goes to O'Mealy. And now Netta Welsh. Here's Stowers. Oh! Stop within a whisker of the line there. Karina Brown now. One bouncer O'Mealy. Caldwell comes back to the middle of the field. She's 8 metres short. Maynard, lovely passing game off the ground. Inside piece, Isabel Kelly. Now, what can she muster? We know how great an athlete she is. Kelly, yes! Isabel Kelly.
We're going back to have a look, Matt. You can hear the obstruction. She did run behind 2 or 3 support players. Well, they weren't support players. They were players in front. And if she gains an advantage from it, it will be no try. And, Jay, that's the call on field.
Wow.
What do you make of this?
Look, I did feel like the Warriors look like they hung off for a bit, and she's dangerous. You can see how dynamic she is, and what do I think? I think when she's not scoring for New South Wales, I don't mind. I like to watch it.
Obstruction, can it, Pete?
Well, that's who I think it's going to be called upon. Put her hands up here. But I don't think the defender, who I think might be
Well, there is
Vialia.
a Warriors player obstructed. The play
yeah, I don't think
continues
she
on
was
the
going to get there.
outside, and she was not going to get involved in the tackle, so we're playing on at this
Good
stage.
call. Good call. It's a try.
There it is.
And Isabel Kelly grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Thanks, mate.
Well, it had to be Isabel, didn't it? The attacking superstar in the women's game, and such an important try with less than 3 minutes until half-time. The Roosters are on the board, Joe.
I did say the right side. You know, I did call it, although it was a left centre on the right side. Give me something, Matt.
Alana.
Yeah, well, already we can see the impact that both centres have in attack. We saw Chantal Stowers, she got close to the line 2 tackles beforehand, but then Isabel Kelly, when she got the ball in the hand, if you watch the Warriors' defence, they hung off her for that little bit too long. Woodman decided to come in, but Isabel Kelly, you cannot give her any room close to the line because she is an extremely powerful and fast athlete, and she'll go over 9 times out of 10. So well done for the Roosters, a very important points just before half-time.
And she does things in twos as well, Isabel. 2 tries in the World Cup final, 2 tries in the Origin game. She's got 1 here and a half of footy still to come after this. So Maddie Studden. She's on an acute angle, 11 metres out from the line. And it's just going to fade away to the right, 10-4.
Wait. Wait for the clock. Wait. Stand tight. Kick.
Half-time beckons here in the first NRL women's match, and the Roosters have found some points before the break, and big Victoria Latu with a charge back. I've got to say, Joe, I don't think it's any coincidence that try has come off the back of Latu and Caldwell coming out there.
Oh, in the short time they were out there, they did a power of work, Matt. And, you know, once the Roosters get space, their back line's slick. So they're absolutely still in the game.
Here's Taufa playing it on halfway. Maynard for Studden. Away to Tamsin Gray. And now Victoria Latu again. This is a wholehearted performance from Victoria Latu. In the short period she's been out there, had a huge impact. Now Studden sends a little kick over the top. Woodman goes back to retrieve it. And the kick chase is good here for the Roosters. Look at the numbers in there.
Okay, release now. Hold square.
Foliaki, Stowers was there. Nethook, Welsh the fullback too. And again, plenty of numbers in the tackle.
Second marker, go. 2. Sony.
Here's Arpy Nichols. Maddie Studden controlling things for the Roosters so far. Pass comes away here to Nungor, who scored the second of the Warriors' 2 tries here. This will be the final play of the half. And Georgia Hale puts a kick down. Now Woodman's giving enthusiastic chase here. Veta Welsh has got it, and she's tackled into the ground, and that will see us out for the first half. The first 40 minutes in the NRL women's competition, highly entertaining and a good game in prospect as well. Great to have your company this afternoon for the NRL Women's Premiership opener. The Warriors, led out by their captain, Laura Martiu, for the second half. They've got the lead. They lead 10-4, but tellingly, a try by Isabel Kelly right on the stroke of half-time has the Roosters within a converted try as we head in here for the second half of the game.
Yeah, they really needed that. It was timely for that young lady there to come across and score on the right-hand side. And as I mentioned earlier, I think the more they can get the ball to the outside backs, despite the conditions here, they're better the chances. But really, ball control is paramount in this second 30 minutes, because it's difficult out there at the moment. The rain just sprinkling now, but the ground surface is not a comfortable one.
What do you think, Joe?
Oh, look, I don't think we could have asked for a more positive start to the women's competition this year, Matt. The game's had everything so far, and I think the Roosters shouldn't lose their confidence. They haven't had much ball, and there's plenty of points that could come their way if they get it together.
Back comes Caldwell with a thunderous charge to start the second half. Studden giving it away now to the replacement player, Sarah Togatuki. Penrith Junior, actually, Sarah, finds a way to the Roosters to play in the NRL women's competition. Now Latu, 7 metres short of the halfway line. Nita Maynard. Such a live wire from dummy half. Gives it to Foliaki, who breaks into the Warriors half. O'Mealy for Latu again. Gee, she's been good off the bench, Victoria Latu.
She's just done 2 hit-ups in that set of 6, and she's got good metres every time.
And Studden, it's a shallow kick, and it's allowed to trickle over the touchline.
Yeah, good decision there from Hilda Mariu to let that one go. A good set of 6 to start this second half, mistake-free. I think Studden was trying to get this ball a little bit deeper down into the corner and didn't quite hit it right, but it was still a decent finish, finding touch. Now they'll try and force an error through their defence.
15 seconds, let's go.
Big afternoon for New Zealand Rugby League, isn't it? Have the women's team playing now, and obviously the men's team coming on a little bit later on. First time they played finals football in 7 seasons.
Angelina Leatua playing the ball back there. And it's this power game of the Warriors. It's been very impressive. Oh, there we are. Good collision. Togatuki in there to make the tackle, but a penalty.
Yeah, Maynard here was called out 2 times and couldn't contain herself. She had to get involved. She was told to stay out, and then got involved in the tackle. So unfortunately, the wonderful contact in the tackle was taken away by the penalty for inside the 10.
Here we are, all the way. 7 with the touchy, 7. Hold here. Hold. Go.
The Warriors on the attack again through Noble Bell. Let's go to Alana for a comment sideline.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. We've just got a couple of points from the coaches at half-time. Coach Hardigan from the Roosters, his key messages were just to stay composed and to complete sets, and the points will come for the Roosters. The Warriors coach just wants them to pick up the energy that they had at the start of the game and keep up their tough defence.
Hang on, Alana. Here's Arpy Nichols giving it away to Hale. I'll come back to you in a sec because that looks remarkably like a try was coming, and it might yet. Oh no, they made a mistake. And the Roosters, they've bounced them away again. Sorry to interrupt you there, Alana.
No, that's fine. It was just to keep up the tough defence.
Well, they've done just that. Here's Maynard straight up the centre of the field. Appealing for a penalty. Has to get one. Has to get a penalty there.
She's going to get booked for loitering there at one stage. But she knew her side was under trouble. Really good work here from Maynard. She saw that the markers were in disarray. Showed good evasion, good speed.
Look, she's come off the bench and made a real impression on the game, and she's pretty cheeky there at hooker, Stello, but she's making good decisions. The Warriors need to be patient here because there's a lot of speed in that Roosters lineup, and they'll compose themselves and get through that defence.
I hope we get to see a bit more of Arpy Nichols, maybe in some open space. The fullback for the Warriors.
Ruck interference. No, she's in front of interference. She's in front of you.
She's a good mover, made a really nice break moments ago, but the Roosters now getting piggybacked up the field into good position.
Yep. Here we are.
So Studden finds the line, and the Roosters 25 metres out.
Hold left. Go.
Isabel Kelly taps and passes. Tamsin Gray, she's put down here 19 out. Can they draw level? The Roosters. Here's Caldwell.
Together now. 9 up now. Here we are. 18 square.
Stopped in the tackle. 11 out from the line. Maynard. Oh, Maynard to Gray. Oh, good shot. Laura Murray, who's kept it alive though. Oh, hot ball this one. The Roosters have got it back. Netta Welsh playing it. Maynard skips away from dummy half. Goes to Studden. Now to Latu. Can't get past Noble Bell. And Nungora down the legs. Maynard looking for a passageway. Too many bodies there in front of her.
Yeah, Studden wanted that. She blew up. They've gone the other way now on the last tackle.
O'Mealy with a pass into a charging support player. Oh, the Warriors goal line defence. They've eaten that up.
7, wait for John. Wait.
Stowers came charging onto an inside pass there, but the Warriors, they were too well. Oh, hang on. Well, that's a remarkable recovery, and it might even be better than that.
She flicked past to herself.
I thought that was a move.
Vayanu nearly dropped it and then caught it behind her own back.
Yeah, good meters here. Good quick play the balls. The Warriors coming onto it. And that'll stop things a little bit, but again, through the middle here.
Sui Toasa Pawaraisa playing it. And now Fiso Clark. And the tackle count was restarted there too.
16.
Oh, another hand there from Tamsin Gray, who went without the touch, it seems. Second tackle now.
Looking a bit ominous for the Roosters here. They've got a roll on the Warriors.
Martiu. Now, Talasa Pawaraisa. In 18, the replacement player bringing plenty of energy out there. Here goes Hale. Here goes Nichols. They hang back and Nichols has stopped. Just stopped. Last tackle. Through Hale. Now to Mariu. She'll put a high kick up towards the far side of the ground, but it's too deep. And Talina Simon is able to take the catch. Talk about end-to-end footy.
Wait till she taps it.
Warriors were doing really well there and getting quick play the balls. And I felt like they were really winning that ruck. But when you watch the way the Roosters managed to read that attacking play, it was very impressive.
Here's Karina Brown breaking free of them. Brown now weaving in and out of the defence. Well done, Karina Brown, the Queensland Origin captain. In fact, the Queensland and the New South Wales Origin captain combined in the same team here. Karina for Queensland and Maddie Studden for New South Wales. Played here by Kelly. There is Studden. She'll take on the line for the first time in the match, in fact. Taken here on the Warriors 30. Maynard to Togatuki. That's the 4th tackle. They're on the 20. Away to O'Mealy, to Latu, to Foliaki, and now for Stowers. Ball's come out here, and it's a penalty. There was a hand helping it, and that's a 4th tackle penalty too.
Online Warriors.
As you said, Matt, end-to-end stuff.
Yeah.
And they've really concentrated on going through the middle, and that's opened up a little bit of space on the edges and out wide. So a great opportunity here to possibly even things up for the Roosters. They kick back, so 15 metres out. It's a great place to attack from.
So Vanessa Foliaki with the first run. Can they turn some pressure into points here, the Roosters? Just the one try to speak of so far. Here goes Studden to Caldwell. She's 4 metres out from the line. Maynard! Here she is with the speedy run out of dummy half, and they stop her. Crystal Rader, her opposing number 9, made the tackle. Pass out now to Studden. Floats it to Isabel Kelly. Can she find a second here, Isabel? Look at the Warriors' defence. They swarm in on this strike centre for the Roosters. Studden with it now. And they've lost the ball.
It looks like fatigue might be starting to play a bit of a part in some of the silly mistakes, but
This could have been dangerous for the Roosters there. If the winger, Vayanu, had have kicked that ball through the line as she attempted to do, it would have been play on. And there was nobody at home.
A reminder to a finals footy double-header here on Channel 9's Wild Sports Live from 5 o'clock. We'll bring you the Panthers and the Warriors here from ANZ. An elimination final. The winner goes through, and we'll play the loser of tonight's game. That's at Allianz between the Roosters and the Sharks. 1v4 there. There's the Panthers. Plenty of smiles on the face.
Let's move it up there, ladies.
Well, their form hasn't been the best, but they were gutsy last week down in Melbourne.
Yeah, we saw signs in that second half, especially defensively, coming from behind to beat Melbourne down there. They went there with a similar record as South Sydney did last night.
That's right.
We're up against a weakened Melbourne Storm, but they lifted their confidence, what they produced last week, as the Warriors now, through Hale, bring the football out from that scrum win to the 20.
Who are you tipping in the 2 NRL games, Joe? Have you put your tips in yet? How are you going in the tipping contest?
woeful. You know, I haven't done a tipping contest since the year I got last, when I backed the Knights every single game, and they won the whole year. So I stay out of it.
Right, well, we don't really care about your tips in that case.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry to disappoint.
We're looking for a leg up from you. You're bagging yourself. Now Rota, brilliant run out of dummy half. She's trying to find a support runner here. Ran away from the only option, which was RP Nichols, the fullback. 4 tackle. Mariu, dummies left, goes right. Nichols has got it now. Left foot kick. Can't get over the top of Simon, who was awake to that. Nice play by the winger, Talina Simon. She was a very well-established runner, but can't run too far there before Crystal Rhoda really ironed her out.
And yours on one. Okay, 7, no more. Let's lock in square, 7, 8, 11. Good there.
Points don't look to be far away, do they, Matt? Both sides are making good ground with the football, especially out of dummy here. Dummy half. Maynard has made a real impression since coming on. He's had a couple of shots at them and caught them out.
There's Corball coming to the sideline after a superb stint off the bench. And Eliana Walton has gone back out there. There's Nita Maynard. There's Isabel Kelly doing the dummy half work. And Studden
Isabel Kelly
with an end-over-end tumbling kick down the Nichols.
Yeah, she needs to be watched. She looks pretty sharp, the fullback for the Warriors. Well contained there, bringing the ball back 8 or 10 metres. And slow to play the ball. Yeah, the fullback, she's suffering from a bit of cramp. Been trying to loosen things up out there for the last few minutes. To no avail.
This is Kahorangi Peters in 17. First time we've seen her in the match. You've got to think there's points coming, given the pace and the intensity in this game. And now Marina Papali'i. At 41 years of age, and that was a great run from her. Now Mariu with a chip over the top, and Simon's there again to defuse it. Gives the ball away now. Vetta Welsh finding some broken defence there.
Okay, together now, no more square 9.
I really like the look of Simon. She hasn't had a lot of opportunity today, and she's only a young player, but she's an up-and-coming New South Wales rep player, and she's so calm under the high ball, so calm under pressure.
Let's go to Alana sideline.
Yeah, it's fairly obvious from down here for both forward packs, actually, that fatigue is becoming a pretty big factor. I think it's very important to get the outside backs involved, especially given that they're just moving back that little bit slower, and their defensive line is also a bit slower to move up. So there'll be plenty of opportunities. I think it's just about to open up, and we'll see some points very soon, guys.
Yeah, it's got that feel about it. Thanks, Alana. Tamara, after a stint on the bench, back out there. Maynard away to Studden. And now for O'Mealy. She decides to kick here. He only gets as far as the 20-metre line. And back comes Vayanu.
Together 12, here we are, right side, all the way. Hold. Go,
Lavina O'Mealy in her last year in Women's Rugby League.
Now Navina, release. Hold. Stay
She's
square.
been in the game a long time. It came through and has played Indigenous All-Stars, New South Wales, Gillaroos, and she had a fantastic World Cup last year.
Here we are, hold.
She's particularly dangerous in broken play.
Go, 3.
She's a classy ball player. One of those players who seems to have a lot of time on their hands. She's there in defence that time. Along with Maynard. Now Rota to Peters. Forward pass from dummy half the call.
Just get the feeling the Roosters might be starting to get a little bit on top. That was a really good defensive set there, and this pass from Rota.
A bit like last night's forward pass. Not that forward from here.
It looked like that left the hand backward, didn't it? The left hand rolled over the top of it, which means the ball is going backwards.
Now tomorrow I'll bring you the women's premiership game. It's a Broncos Dragons doubleheader, in fact. Firstly, the women's game, and that's from 1:30, followed by the elimination final, Broncos versus Dragons.
Here we are,
Gee, plenty of storylines around that game. Ben Hunt going back to take on his old club. The Broncos trying to make a run towards the premiership, maybe from outside the top four. Alex Glenn ruled out with a calf injury today as well for Brisbane. News in that game.
Release now. We are hold. Go, 3.
Here's O'Mealy. Pass out for Tamara. That's a lovely ball to Stowers. Well, they might have a bit of momentum here, but the Roosters have got to find some points. Under 15 minutes left in the game. Here's Eliana Walton. Great run.
Last tackle.
Showing all of her experience. A decade playing for the New South Wales women's team, Eliana Walton. Here goes Studden. She tricked everyone. Isabel Kelly got her off the ground to last tackle here. They need to get a kick away somehow. They're going backwards. Maynard might have got away with one there. Nita Maynard eventually rolls one through. And it's not a bad kick in the circumstances, and Arpy Nichols doesn't want to take any chances. And has copped a bit of a whack there too from Maynard, who chased through her own kick.
I'll hold this one as well.
A bit fortunate, the Warriors look like the dummy half going out there actually got a bit of a shepherd from one of the support players coming back, but it was called play on.
Latu. Oh, Woodman's lost that. Oh, penalty to call.
Just out to the side.
A crowding penalty, so it wasn't a rake, it was failing to get off the tackled player.
Nichols again getting treated for cramp, the fullback for the Warriors. Yeah, that's
Similar to the penalty earlier, Cello. It's the other team now.
well, you get penalised for going back over the top. That's what the call was. Even if the ball doesn't come out, if you go back and harbour bridge the ball carrier, you'll get penalised.
It's a reminder as well, 30-minute halves in the NRL Women's Premiership, so at the hour mark, that's full time. Hard to believe it's 10-4. It's only 3 tries in the match. Now Peters with a run, and she's confronted by Walton. Jeez, she's an Eliana Walton. Isn't she a force to be reckoned with? She says her favourite player is Jared Warrior-Hargreaves. I'm not surprised. She's channeling a bit of JWH out there this afternoon. Hale stabs one into the corner, although can't go over the top of the fullback, Veta Welsh.
It was a really good catch, that one. If she'd allowed it to bounce, it could have all gone into the in-goal area, and they may have been forced to a line drop-out restart.
Together, 17.
Second tackle now, 20 out. They can start being a little bit more adventurous, the Roosters. They need to score points.
What do you reckon about a 40-30 kick, Pete?
Would love to see it attempted.
Now, this has been touched. They'll get a reload here. And Talina Simon has found a way into the centre. Here's a pass away now. Toga Tuki put that on the 30 on 0 tackle. Now Walton, the defence up quickly on her. Marina Papali'i along with Kahorangi Peters. And now Victoria Latu, who is still going with great enthusiasm. She's had a long stint on the field after coming off the bench. She's been stung in that tackle, though, as Nita Maynard. She has nowhere to go. Taken by Crystal Rota. Studden shows it to Tamara. Gives it away to O'Mealy, who runs onto it at speed. Then a pass to Stowers. Woodman made the tackle there on the 30-metre line. Fourth play. Maddie Studden, Nita Maynard. Now Zahara Tamara. Oh, she's coughed another one up.
There's some big defence in the middle of the ruck there. The dummy wasn't fallen for. We're going to have a HIA in a moment. Latu is about to leave the field. Well, that was the signal to the sideline.
So we're inside the final 10 minutes of this game.
There's a good solid charge leading up to that HIA. She kept the legs pumping. Rota's been very good for the Warriors, involved in that tackle there. She probed well out of dummy half and has been very strong defensively.
She's been a Kiwi firm for a decade, Crystal Rota. It's a long time at the top level of the game, isn't it? Hilda Mariu. Put down 13 short of the halfway line. There's Rota. And Tuasa, Harbour Ricer there. Back now for Lorena Papali'i. How's that? Here's a good exchange of passing. It comes over to Woodman, but the Roosters defence did well. So that's the last play here. The Warriors, they'll get boot to ball about 47 metres out from the Roosters line.
It's a bit dangerous kicking to Lena Simon with a bit of room to move, although they contain her well in the middle of the field.
Well, there's how to...
Watch that, son.
Yeah. Attacking with more than just the ball in her hand there, Lorena Papali'i.
Go two.
There's Talina Simon. Well, it might be dislocated finger for her. Meantime, Walton striving to get a team on the front foot. Fourth play for the Roosters. There's their points somewhere here for them. The Warriors' defence has been terrific. Studden now. She'll try to chip one over the winger. It's landed in vacant space, but Nichols can pick it up.
Up now. Here we are.
Under 8 minutes left.
Yeah, time really starting to tick away on the Roosters now. They really need to get Karina Brown and Isabel Kelly more football. They haven't had enough touches in this game. If they're looking for points, that looks most likely where they will come from.
There's Isabel, she's on the left-hand side in defence here. And Karina Brown on the right, so they've got a couple of targets either way. It's the Warriors trying to hang on.
Well, either they get the ball to them or they come looking for the ball, one or the other, but they've got to get the football in their hands. Last tackle now. They're going to run at the Warriors. So that's a poor decision. Had to kick.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Wait, Maddie.
What I'd like to see here is a few Eliana Walton runs. She gets probably one of the quickest play the balls in the game, even though she's one of probably the most powerful props. And if she can do that, some of those girls with pace might be able to capitalise.
Here she is. Well, Laura Martiu accounted for her well in that tackle. Can Maddie Studden do something here for a team as Caldwell? His tackle there, 35 out, Maynard for Tamara. This Warriors defensive line is impenetrable at the moment. Can O'Mealy do something with it? Foliaki, there's a good charge. The Roosters here on the 10 and she wants to play it quickly. O'Mealy, very, very skinny short side to Stowers. 2 metres short. Time's on the wane. This is the Roosters' moment. Looping ball, back to Maynard, away to Studden. She steps inside of Martiu. Got it away there. And Isabel Kelly's dropped it.
And not happy about it. There was space out there. They just couldn't get the right pass to find the mark. Last tackle, Studden steps inside. She knows there's space.
They're under a fair bit of pressure there, the Roosters. You could see the pass right from dummy probably wasn't as accurate as they would have liked. And the end result is a pretty tough ball for Isabella to catch.
Time running down now. The Warriors just need to play these last 5 or 6 minutes just cleverly, taking the ball forward there. It's a good run from Fiso. Again, good ground. That's all they need to do, get into good position.
Oh, Smalley has been an absolute giant in this game. And now the skipper goes herself, Laura Martiu. Taken by Studden. Away now to Papali'i, who runs into Walton. 4.5 left in the game. The Warriors trying to seal it with a try here. Out to Nichols. And a nice looping pass out here. It's Vainu on the 20-metre line on the last play now. It'll come back for Nichols. Left-footed kicker. Sends one up across the park. Here we go. Talina Simon gives it away to Kelly. They're trying to find some open pasture. Here Simon looked like she was about to catch that and explode away.
That's dangerous kicking to Talina Simon in open space. She is quick and got good footwork.
Maynard for Caldwell. Caldwell busting through the middle. What a great run. Plays it now to Brown. Karina Brown. 31 out from the Warriors line. 3.5 left on the clock. They've got to make this stick this chance. Walton with a great surge. This is the last tackle. Now, what are they going to do here? Studden's the one that has to make the right choice. She'll go to Tamara, who then went to O'Mealy. And here's Isabel Kelly, and here's Talina Simon. The defence slid across. Simon's quick. Oh, no! They left the ball behind when it really looked like there was a try on offer.
Yeah, Tukatuki couldn't pull that one in. Simon might have been better off kicking for herself there. She didn't have a lot of room to move in, but look at the footwork and the speed. And if she could have just put one on the boot there, she might have been able to either regather herself or force a restart. Worst result for the Roosters there. Oh, good run there. That's Warriors getting out of danger fairly comfortably now.
Yeah, and that's the skipper, Laura Murray, who's taken on the line herself a couple of times in the last 2 sets. That's great leadership. Now Serena Fiso-Clark, their two most experienced campaigners, trying to cap this game for the Warriors. Away for Hale. And Vailea has it. A mistake here. Well, this is almost last throw at the dice stuff for the Roosters.
Well, Studden's screaming at her players to set this scrum to stop the clock, and they've only dawdled to it, so valuable seconds are being wasted.
Tell you what, full credit to Chloe Caldwell. She's had an amazing game off the bench. She's picked up loose balls. She's charged down the field at the back half of the game. If she can do that again, the Roosters might have one last crack.
All right, Alana, what do you think?
Well, I tell you what, if I was the Roosters with Isabel Kelly and Talina Simon out here on this left edge, I wouldn't mind a early kick and chase from them because they've certainly got some pace.
Especially with the fullbacks really having troubles out there with cramp. Be a really good tactic. It would be a brave tactic, Alana, but you've got the fullback at 5'8" now, and she's still having all sorts of problems with that left leg of hers.
And there's no one back at all. Now Kelly comes around the back of the scrum, goes to O'Mealy. O'Mealy trying to open up for Karina Brown here. She comes back to the centre of the field. Papali'i making the tackle. 1:15 left in this game. Veta Welsh up into Crystal Rota.
Bring the line now.
They've got to score on this set, the Roosters. This is the game on the line. Walton, nice offload. Back to Caldwell. On the 30-metre line. That's 3 tackles down. Maynard for Studden, for O'Mealy. That's taken a Warriors' hand.
It'll be 6 again.
It's not really going to help them, though, is it? Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Oh, Maynard nearly made a hash of that at dummy half. Here goes Studden to Kelly. Oh. Big shot by the captain, Laura Martiu, and that is good. It's play on. Kelly's been left on the ground. The referees aren't going to intervene, and that's enough to win them the game.
"19 seconds as Kelly gets attended here. It was big contact. Tried to catch and pass into one motion, and Martiu Laura came in with a bell ringer. We have tipped the winner, Joe.
You're welcome. It was partly guess, partly skill.
You put the mock on Newcastle, but you got the you've got the Warriors home in this one.
Look, it's nothing personal. I just like an underdog.
Oh, well, they haven't played like an underdog, the Warriors. Defensively, they've been outstanding, haven't they?
The big surprise for me, Matt, is that we haven't seen any points scored in the second half, because both teams got momentum on occasions. They were moving nicely down the field. And in the end, the half-time scoreline is going to be enough for the Warriors to get home.
It's great news that Isabel Kelly's okay. So unless they can force a mistake here, the Roosters, the Warriors are going to win the first ever match in the NRL Women's Premiership. And Hale will be tackled, and she's going to play the ball here, and she might have been better advised to stay down. It's not going to matter. The Warriors have done it. And you can see the excitement, and hats off to them. This has been a competition a long time in the making, a lot of anticipation and expectation around this premiership, and the Warriors have come out and won the first game. They've beaten what is very much a star-studded, rep-filled Roosters outfit. A very tough game of football. 10 points to 4.